Don't try this at home, kids. I'm what you call a professional. What I'm a professional in, well, we have yet to figure that one out. Who is the Mythbuster?
Right there.
Riley Aceman, who has no previous myth-busting experience. Totally not qualified to use power tools. Just a guy who wants to give you the cold, hard facts. Well, today's episode is dedicated all to the myths that you've probably heard about vehicles. Now, vehicles have gone a lot farther in the last couple years than ever before. I mean, things that are true 10 years ago aren't exactly true today. So, should you warm up your engine on a cold day? Does the AC actually use more gas than rolling down your windows? Does premium gas actually equal premium performance? Now, obviously, I don't have the resources to A, blow anything up here, or B, actually test some of these myths. But I've done my research and there are people online that get paid a lot more than I do, so I'm just gonna trust their word for these. Now, you may have heard from your parents or your parents' parents that a manual transmission, well, it's more fuel efficient than an automatic transmission. Well, that might have been the case back when they were kids in the 1970s. It's not the case anymore. With new technologies and the popularity of automatic transmissions rising, some automatics are actually more fuel efficient than manual transmissions. The Ford Escapes actually have this new feature called automatic stop and start. So when you come to a complete stop, your engine shuts off. And when you get going again, it turns back on again. So if you're shopping for a new fuel efficient vehicle, don't let the transmission be something that gets in the way. You think that premium fuel would equal premium performance? Fill up your Fiesta with premium fuel, you're gonna beat a Mustang off the line, that kind of thing. Makes sense, right? But premium fuel is meant for premium vehicles like Mustangs and Ford Focus RSs. Premium fuel is less combustible and actually affects how well a premium vehicle runs. The only thing you're gonna get by adding premium fuel to your F-150 is a lighter wallet. On a side note, jet fuel doesn't make your car go any faster. So when I first bought my vehicle, I asked my old man, how often should I be changing my oil? And he told me every 3,000 kilometers. Well, sorry, Dad, this isn't the 1970s anymore. Oils have advanced so much over the past 20 to 30 years, and there's so many to choose from. There's winter oil, there's synthetic oil, there's oil for new cars. How often should I really be changing it? Well, to put it short, you don't really need to change your oil at all. You also really don't need to wash your vehicle at all. You also don't really need to change your brake pads, but you probably should if you want to get the most out of it. So I went and headed to driver.ca, and they told me that you should change your oil between 5,000 and 7,500 kilometers for keeping it running smooth and for keeping it running as long as you possibly can. Now, this is a debate that's been going on ever since air conditioning was invented. Does air conditioning actually use up more gas than rolling down the window? Actually, this myth is somewhat true. When you're using your air conditioning, your engine has to work harder to cool the air that goes to your vehicle, thus using more gas. But this myth is only half true. When you're driving with your windows down in the city with the air conditioning off, you're saving more gas than what you would be if your air conditioning was on. But when you're driving down the highway and you have your windows down, the drag that your car creates with the windows down actually uses up more gas than the air conditioning does. But when it's plus 40 outside, pretty sure you're just gonna ignore everything and crank that AC as much as you can. On the flip side, does warming up your engine actually do anything? Well, simple logic would say that letting your engine warm up will provide less wear and tear when you actually start driving. And I bet 99% of you are probably gonna warm up your vehicle before you start driving in the middle of winter. For the benefit of the vehicle though, warming up your engine, it doesn't actually do much. Unless you're driving straight onto the highway from your driveway, driving at slow speeds actually warms up your engine and warms up your vehicle a lot faster than letting it idle. And actually the catalytic converter, which reduces the emissions that come out of your vehicle, you need to get it moving before it starts to warm up and before it starts to actually work. So every time you let your vehicle idle in the winter, Al Gore, he sheds a little bit of a tear. But when it's minus 40 outside and not warming up your car means flirting with freezing to death, I'm not gonna take that chance.